Hi there and welcome to my channel. My name is Kat, and if you're new here, I work at Starbucks. I got hired last year on December 28th, 2017. It is now New Year's Eve, 2018, and I thought I'd like to reflect on the things that I've learned in 1 year of employment with Starbucks, because it has been one of the most rewarding and challenging experiences that I've ever had in my life. I'm still employed there. I plan on moving up as quickly as possible. So let's talk about what I learned and how you as a viewer can take my experiences, both good and bad, and use it to your advantage while working as a barista at Starbucks. But first of all, you're gonna want to, during your training, take a lot of notes. You have a notepad and you write things down as you go along. That will help you immensely. I wish I had done that. Yeah, I wish I had done that. The other thing is to ask a lot of questions while you're being trained. If you don't know what something is, or you don't know how something works, ask questions and then write down the answer. I feel like when you're being trained, a lot is thrown at you within a very short period of time and you're taking notes. Hopefully you'll be as well prepared to jump on the floor and do a good job after your training as you possibly can be. The other thing is get to know your manager and develop a good relationship with them. Ask them for feedback on how you're doing and how you are perceived by them. The number one thing I think that I can pass on to people is to take criticism and take it well and don't take it personally. This is something that I feel like a lot of people struggle with. Doesn't matter what company you work for, but if you have bosses, you should constantly be receiving some type of instruction or some type of feedback. And you should not take it personally when you're given some kind of feedback. You should see it as an opportunity for growth. Even if it seems really stupid, and even if you don't really understand it, even if you feel like you're doing a really great job of whatever it is that you are doing, you need to trust your supervisor, whoever it is that's giving you this feedback. Not only need to trust them, that their perspective on what you're doing is better informed than your own perspective, but you also need to respect them enough to take the advice to heart and actually do it. Team building in a service environment, especially at a place like Starbucks, is very, very important. If you're just having a really difficult time doing what is being asked of you, you need to talk to your supervisors and let them know what's going on and have that open lane of communication, because otherwise you really honestly should just be embracing the things that come up for you and taking it as an opportunity to grow and to develop your skills, because that is what a job should be all about. You should constantly be growing. You should constantly be challenging yourself and embracing the challenges of the job and reevaluating yourself when you hit a wall, when you find yourself feeling that press of difficulty in certain situations. You should be asking yourself, how can I look at this differently? How can I approach this differently to better this situation? For example, I, in the past, have encountered customers who would definitely rub me the wrong way and I wouldn't know how to deal with them. And I'd let that resentment or that anger towards myself of why doesn't this person like me? And take it very personally. And I wouldn't know what to do, and I just would get such anxiety about seeing this person again. And then I tried to look at it differently, and I started to quiz my coworkers and be like, hey, do you know so-and-so who gets this kind of drink? And thankfully, they were like, oh, that's so-and-so, yeah, they're really nice. And I'd be like, oh, they're not nice to me. How do I do this? How do I look at them this way? How do I make their drink in the way that they really like it? And let them know that you, someone they like, told me to do that. So really it's all about just asking for help. Trust your coworkers and get to know them, and definitely pick their brain. Absorb everything that you can from the people around you. I've worked in a lot of different Starbucks stores, probably half a dozen or more at this point, just picking up shifts random places. And I can tell you that the type of people that Starbucks likes to hire tend to be cool, they tend to be very smart, and tend to be just good people. Definitely, if you invest your time and your energy into building good relationships with the people around you, then that is going to be an investment that will pay you back tenfold, more than you could possibly imagine. The flip side of developing good relationships with your coworkers, just like to get to know them, is that sometimes you're gonna run into people that you work with that completely get under your skin in the worst way. And when you know you're gonna see someone on a daily basis who you really just don't get along with, or that just doesn't like you for whatever reason, that can ruin the job for you, honestly. It did for me. I have now had 2 people off the top of my head in different situations that just made me miserable to think about having to deal with them. And this is the same answer to the other scenario that I said earlier, where you really just gotta talk to your manager about it. Let them know what's going on, because it's your manager's job to make sure that their team works well together. And you'd be surprised that your manager probably already knows about certain people's little quirks and problems and stuff. The situation like I had, my manager was like, don't worry, I'm completely aware of that. And I'm sorry that that's happening to you with this person. We've had many talks about it and I'm trying to help get them help. But I won't schedule you with them anymore. Easy as that, you don't have to work with them again. And I was like, oh, thank you. If you ask for what you need, then you will get the help. It takes strength and humility to open your mouth and ask around you and be like, hey, how do I do this? How do I deal with this person? And that for me was a lifesaver. And the final thing I will say about working in Starbucks, or really any food service industry job, is that mindset is everything. You have to wake up in the morning and choose to make it a good day despite whatever happens, despite whatever is thrown at you or said to you, because if you set out with that good intention, then you will have that water off a duck's back type of mentality, where anything could happen. You could mess something up, a customer could just totally be a giant jerk, and you still have to smile at them and say, I'm so sorry about that, let me make that right for you. And at the end of the day, you can just let it go, and you can either choose to be bitter about it and be like, oh, so-and-so, this person, they did this and I'm just so mad about it, and let that affect your entire day and change your entire perspective and steal your joy. Or you can wake up in the morning and be like, no matter what, I'm gonna have a good day today. I'm gonna smile, I'm gonna dance, I'm gonna have a good time, I'm gonna bond with all my coworkers, and I am gonna make a good impression on every single customer that I interact with. And you let that be the thought that leads you into your day at work, and you're gonna have such a better shift than if you didn't do that. So it's kind of like a fake it till you make it type of thing, where you might actually be kind of having a hard time, and it might have been a couple of weeks of, you know, whatever you're going through, or like I said, you're having a hard time with a coworker, or there's a customer who always gets under your skin and you can't figure them out. But knowing that that is going to be there and choosing to be positive and overcome it no matter what and make good of it, that is the winning attitude. Thank you for spending your time viewing my pixels. I hope you can take something out of this video and turn it into success in your workplace, whether that be at Starbucks or somewhere else. I have loved my year of experience at Starbucks, and hopefully I'll be there for some more time to come. Make sure you thumbs up this video and please subscribe if you haven't already. But I will see you in the next video. Bye.